Where would the people park if they're going to shop at the Whole Foods property?
We have parking spaces. This one. The corner parking spaces on this end of our plot, which is facing the Cooperative Foods Market. It's right here, just across the street.
And plus there's a parking garage right across the street from that. We took into consideration.
We wanted to connect the whole area and make it feel like a city within our city. So they have, it's kind of centered between the concert house and the whole urban outdoor village.
Question for you on the concert house. Is it exclusively outdoor use? Could you use it in the November through February?
Yes, this is...
Trying to understand when you call it an urban concert.
Yeah, it's enclosed actually. This is a glass and steel structure, so it is a completely enclosed environment. It's just visually open.
Did you have any models of places that, or communities that had that size of concert house with innovative ideas like that?
Not specifically concert houses with this innovative design. Basically the surrounding area and the glass domes come from two different concepts. Like the glass dome comes from a building at the Nanyang Technology Institute in Singapore, and there are actually quite a few different buildings with the whole glass steel structure. Basically what we did was just combine them for something a little unique, a little, honestly I think it's a little metaphorical for Boise, have this high technology, like a shining gem surrounded by the idea of having a grassroots natural sort of thing. So.
And if you look at like Portland, they have these beautiful theaters there. They have the Roseland, the Crystal Ballroom, they have the Showbox in Seattle, the Salt Air in Salt Lake. We don't have anything like that in Boise that caters to musicians right now. So this will be the first of its kind in the valley.
In your financing, you talk about investors and donors, but I get the feeling looking at the three projects and consolidating the pricing, which is about $28 million, I think, when you put it all together. You're looking at really public funding or donation. I don't see private. I don't see that as a private company. Am I correct? So you don't have investors. You're going to have donors, right? I'm not going to invest in it, and you're going to give me a return on my investment.
Well,
you're going to name a room after me, but you're not going to send me a dividend check.
There are ways that we could incorporate that with the concert house. Like I said, we're going to be generating our figures $600,000 in the first year. And like I said in my speech, we can, work out an investment strategy with private individuals or corporations where they can get a return on their investment from that money.
So, are you saying you'd split that out into a separate piece? You'd make that a private piece, where it would be an investment and it would be private money. The other appears to be public money because there's no ROA on those. Do you see what I'm saying? You've got me a little puzzled on the way you're doing your financing.
We have it broken up, all the different lots broken up into different segments, I guess, on funding. Like if you refer to one of the things, like for example, with the Whole Foods building, we have a certain strategy that we talked with a couple of our friends. I have one friend who's a tax accountant, and talked to him about some different ways that we could get funding, and he suggested that we use equity as a way to, a return in equity is signing a contract with a 6-year contract with a group of private investors, and each year returning $100,000 equity to them, and at the end of the year then returning again, at the end of the 6 years, returning again 0.5 remaining equity, 0.5% of all the remaining equity you have. And he suggested that as a very unique way for us to pursue that investment for the Whole Foods building. And so we have it broken up in different ways like that.
I have another question that's a little unfair. I should ask it to almost every group, but I decided to ask you guys. Since this piece of property has become so popular and everybody's doing these alternative projects, with the greater scope in the city of Boise, thinking that the convention center, we're out of space in our convention center right now. We're full. And that appears to be the closest fill-in space for the convention center. What in your studies what's your proposal then to increase the convention center? Because probably it will bring more revenue to the city of Boise than any of these other projects. If we take that, we're all done.
One of the design features actually inside the hall that we talked about is to have the ability to remove actual seating in the main area and have the ability to set up tables, create a community meeting center. Kind of something that we want the community to be able to get involved in the city could use it as a resource. There's also in the design potential to put like, you know, the voluntary meeting rooms up in this top area sort of thing. Like, it's pretty flexible architecture looking at what we were doing.
How many square feet?
This one we're looking around 50,000 square feet.
Of usable space inside?
Yes.
Or meeting room
Yes.
space?
Yes. Oh, of meeting room space? Not specifically. I know the main concert hall is going to be about 25,000 square feet. This surrounding area constitutes a similar amount, and if we add another story, that's going to add another 25,000 square feet.
And Bobby also talked a lot about how his space will be opened up for various community events, civic events, things like that. And we talked about in the paper how, you know, we're going to open this up for civic events. And
Okay, so would you compete with the convention center?
No, we'd work with it.
Well, you're either with it or without it. You're either going to be competing or you're part of it.
We would. It's a different venue because this is more of a mid-sized place for artists. Like Utah has in the Salt Lake area has 8 mid-sized concert centers for traveling artists, whether it be for music performance, acting performance. And so what we're looking to attract with this is that instead of them skipping from Portland to Salt Lake City like they do every year, year-round, we want them to go from Portland to Boise, then to Salt Lake.
So if I wanted to have a chainsaw convention, I wouldn't come to your place.
That
That's
would
for
probably
concerts.
be there's more
Yes.
concerts, more creative, more things. And I think going back to to the original question that you'd asked, the reason why that wouldn't be the only thing that we would do is because money isn't the only thing. Generating money revenue isn't the only thing we're going for here. One of the, like we talked about with the incubator type of thing, we want to develop the entrepreneur base that we have here because we have so many creative people here that if we that by extending the amount by providing them rooms so that they can have a full flourished business there that we can raise incrementally as their profits
I need to
increase.
call time.
Okay, that'd be it.
Thank you.